Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel to Only Movies, and today I'm going to give you my reviews and thoughts on Thunderbolts. So I just came back from the movie theaters watching the movie Thunderbolts. And so the Thunderbolts, the plot is a group of anti-heroes are grouping together to do some dangerous mission that involves with one character named Bob. Secretly is a big bad, but they had to work together to deal with their problems and due to their past and everything just to become the new Avengers. And at the end of the video, close to the end, I'm gonna give you my spoilers as well. So if you haven't seen the movie, you just skip this part. So you won't. I'll give you a heads up as well, a warning sign of what's gonna be spoiling because there is a lot to talk about for this Thunderbolts movie. So you might want to say this is like Suicide Squad, but for the Avengers. But instead of the villains becoming trying to be heroes and all, and these are like anti-heroes trying to be heroes. But it goes a bit down south and all. But other than that, so let's start talking about my thoughts on this movie. So my thoughts on this movie is, for me, it felt really depressing because you kind of see Elena talking about how she misses her sister. She's been through depression and all. She hasn't seen her dad and stuff. And I kind of feel like it's kind of was not sad, but like I said, I felt depressing about like, hearing about that. And I know that other groups like the secret agent has deal about his past as well, dealing like his wife leaving him, people hating him. From if you've seen the show and all, like I seen half of the show. I really haven't seen the whole thing, but I know some people didn't like his character Walker. But with everyone else is trying to group together, like try to work with each other, try to make it as a team and all, but it's a bit difficult for them until they encounter with a guy named Bob. And they discover who Bob is really, and like I said, after that, you kind of learn about him, about his past, what he signed up for to become this person, to be this villain and all. But like I said, for me, it just felt like this was more darker compared to the other Avengers movie. I know like a lot of people were complaining how Henry Cavill Superman was dark and the color wasn't seem bright for, especially for suit. This is how I felt like for Thunderbolts. It's not just by their suit, it's by just the whole environment, the way the city, and it seemed like it was a cloudy day every day, even though most of the parts were sunny days. It just felt like the New York City was really depressing and stuff. And I understand they're trying to seem like you had to learn about other people's dark past and all, trying to get to face them head on, like what people are saying. You gotta conquer your dark side so you could be happy and stuff and move on with your life and stuff like that. That's what I kind of felt like with this movie, but I don't know if it was just me. Like I said, it was seemed more too dark for it. But like the action scenes were pretty good and all. The fight scenes, some of them seem okay and all. But other than that, I've been seeing like a lot of good reviews. But for me, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, is my reviews for this isn't really all that good. The movie was okay. It's not the best Marvel and all. But I know I've been seeing a lot of people giving good reviews for it. For me, I really don't understand. It seems like you connect so much with the characters and all. Everything just happens so fast. Also, you gotta remember, one of the characters from a show. The others are from like side characters who are like other main characters or was a villain. So I felt like you don't connect too much with these characters. Mainly if you felt like if you have a depressing side of you and you kind of connect with Elena, but with the other characters you don't seem to connect so much. And of course, Bucky's character, he's always amazing, but I felt like he didn't do so much in this film. He just did a little stuff on the side, like okay, it's like we seen what Bucky could do. He's like, we don't need any more of him. We need to see enough of the other characters instead of Bucky, because we already seen what he could do as the Winter Soldier from America movies, from the Avengers and all that stuff. So let's just focus on these other main characters. So that's how I felt about him on this. And then it does take some time to build up all the action scene and all, so it does take a while. And then the other thing I forgot to mention, in this they do bring some comedy stuff, like funny jokes and all, like what they try to do every time. But I've kind of felt like there was some jokes that were funny, but then I feel like they're trying too hard to, like, after one joke, okay, and a minute later there's another joke, and they're trying to expect to seem like people are gonna laugh about it. It's like, in the theater didn't seem like there was too many people laughing about it. It's like it just went silent. It's like when there was a really funny joke that was really funny, there was a lot of people laughing about that. But that's why I just felt like they were just trying too hard on these jokes again. So this Marvel, they always try to do that again. So, like, for me, like I said, my review, I give it 2.5. But if you think I'm wrong, then just let me know down in the comments what you guys think, if it's good for you or not. So, but that was my opinion. Okay, so the next stop I'm gonna do is talk about the spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie, and if you don't want me to hear me spoiling it, so you could skip this. So go ahead and skip it. For this part, let's be honest, I did not spoil it. Marvel did already. So when they did the cast announcement, they announced the full cast line of who's gonna be in the Avengers Doomsday. So they already announced the cast for, of course, Thunderbolts are gonna be in it. But there's one character that does not show in it, and it's the Taskmaster. So obvious reasons that you don't see her name is Sally in the beginning right away. She gets killed already, like nothing. Like in a second, I was like, really? You kill off the character, which in Black Widow she was like a badass, like she can't be defeated. And out of nowhere, in the beginning, she gets killed by ghosts, like nothing happens. Like, really? That's how you're gonna kill her off? That's the part I did not like. That's like, okay, that killed it for me. But and then the other spoiler, of course, is that of course, if you knew who Bob is Sinister. He's a main character who has superhero powers, but for this one, he was a volunteer who chooses to get this power. Gave him, I guess it was drugs or something. It seemed like it was some drugs, but he said he was a meth head. Yeah, so he got this power, and then you learn his backstory little by little. And for me, I felt like they kind of went really deep on this. Well, I want to say deep. It's just that it was strange for me that, okay, they're saying that he did meth, and usually Disney and Marvel don't always stuff like that with drugs, and yet they talk about he was a meth head. For me, it was just really off that they did that for him, for his character, for the backstory. I really don't know too much about this character. For me, I felt like in the comic books, he probably wouldn't be talking about that kind of stuff in his backstory. But like I said, I really don't. I never read his comic book, and never read his story, and also I really don't know too much of this character. I just know like he does have superhero powers and stuff, and he's very strong. But for this one, it seemed like like I said in the earlier, he had to face his demons. So in this one, that's why you see in the trailers that you see a dark shadow version of him. And then he has to face his demons for it, and then he becomes much stronger. But for me, it was just a bit off about that. But like I said, in the other stuff, that's mainly the stuff. So you already know who Bob is. He was Sinister, and he Sinister, not Sinister. Sentry isn't really good for me. And the other thing, well, of course, I'm sure you want to know what's the post credits. So of course, there's 2 post credits for it. So you're gonna have to stay for both. One of them was okay. You could see at the end of the movies, like Francesca, Violet, I meant, talks about, okay, it was a test for them. They were just testing him for these anti-heroes to become the new Avengers. So Elena, Winter Soldier, the Red Guardian, Ghost, and the Agent, they're the new Avengers. She says she was just testing them to face this supervillain, to become the new Avengers, because the old Avengers, they weren't going to come and help. So they announced that at the end. But then once the credits start rolling, you could kind of see that people are a bit iffy. They're half and half. Some people, okay, they like the new Avengers. Some people don't. Some people call them the B Avengers. Um, so there's like a lot of people really don't like this. So you kind of see a lot of news reports and stuff that they really hate this new Avengers. So that's why I kind of feel like a lot of people were a bit iffy for this. So it's better for them to call them Thunderbolts, but they went with the new Avengers. So, and then of course they're gonna be in Avengers Doomsday. So of course the first post credit, it was okay. It's just Red Guardian at the store and telling this lady, it's like, look, we're on a box of cereal. You recognize me? Can you tell? Can you tell? Here, take this cereal. And she didn't like it. It was just, she's like, eh. But then, but at the ending is when gets really big. It's a little longer. I want to say it's like close to 4 or 5 minutes probably. But they're in the new Avengers Tower. There's just right there sitting, arguing, it's like talking to Anthony Mackie's characters, the Captain America, the Falcon, and all, saying it's like, hey, telling Elena talking to the Winter Soldier, letting him know, it's like, hey, did you talk to your buddy? Saying it's like, hey, we're the new Avengers. If you start a new Avengers, you can't do that, this and that. So it's a bit arguments like copyrights and stuff. So then the Red Guardian says like, hey, we have a new name for the Avengers. We'll call it Avengers, but instead of S, it's a Z. And they go back and forth about that, but then they have a stretch signal up in space that there's this dimension ripping into up in space, and then a ship comes down to Earth, and then you see the logo is the Fantastic Four. So you know that the next big thing they're gonna be seeing is the Fantastic Four. So it looks like we're gonna have to see what happens with Fantastic Four in their movie, and it looks like they're gonna connect to Thunderbolts, and then of course to Avengers Doomsday. So we'll see how that goes. So now we're just gonna have to wait and see how Fantastic Four does, if it does well or not. For me, it seems a bit iffy. I feel like it's not gonna do so well with all this stuff that's going on for it. But other than that, I know they're trying to get us hype up for Avengers Doomsday. So that's all what they're trying to do, especially since these two are the only Marvel movie that they have to get us hype up to be excited for Avengers Doomsday. So we'll see how Fantastic Four does with their post credit. I'm sure they're gonna reveal Doctor Doom for a little clip, probably a few seconds, like probably what they did with Thanos. But we're just gonna have to wait until next year and see. But that is all I have for today. So hopefully you guys like my video. Write down in the comment if you guys seen Thunderbolts already. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And remember, let me know down your thoughts as well. What was your review for this film? But other than that, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.